Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is war number 11 of season 45, and for Loki is taking on Legion. This is another rematch for us so far this season. We have rematch DSVG, we have rematch Noon, and now with our third rematch of the season versus Legion. They did beat us the first time around, so we're hoping we can return the favor this time around. It's kind of a must-win for both alliances, as we are right there at the kind of the tail end of Masters, and if we want to finish in Masters, we need to win this war. So for this war, I'm going to be bringing in Kate Bishop, Shuri, and a different pre-fight champion in Odin. So let's go ahead and take a look at the fights. In the first fight up is going to be in Section 1 on Path 8, and I'm taking on OG Hulk. Not really a whole lot here to worry about. The main thing is just making sure I don't get hit by a special attack. You know, if I accidentally get clipped by a special 1 and get stunned, it's over. And if I get hit by a special 2, it's over. So really the goal here is invulnerability boost, cryo arrow, and just letting Kate's arrows do her, do the damage for me. Keep the cold snap on there, keep it rolling. Being very cautious with the specials. If I have to heal up and take some chip damage, so be it. I would much rather take chip damage than die. These are kind of must-win fights, so the pressure is a little bit on. We're doing well here. He does throw a special 1, got a clean dex of it, which I'm very happy with. Another special 1 you can see took the first part in the block, just dex the second part, just kind of to keep right now the cryo arrow going. We're going to throw a second one and another special 1. Just kind of took most of that in the block. Like I said, this is just going simple and easy, and down he goes. So pretty clean there. Didn't need to worry about any heals or anything like that. So very, very pleased with the way that one went. Now we're going to go up against Kingpin. With this fight, really, once again, not a whole lot here to worry about. Main thing is, baiting special 1s, not getting backed into a corner, not pushing into special 2, keep the cold snap on, and just kind of let it, do its work and take them down. So, you can see here we're doing fairly well. We've got him kind of backed up in the corner, which is where I like him. Gives me plenty of map to work with in case he doesn't want to throw a special. We're going to get our first special 1 off. And the other nice thing with Kate is her damage over time effects are actually passive, so he can't shrug them. So, going to be baiting a lot of special 1s in this fight. Kingpin, high sig, starts off with a lot of rage stacks, which just means he's going to gain power fairly quick. But you can see he's chunking down fairly quick. We are 40 seconds in, and he's got less than 8% left, and that's going to finish him off. So very, very pleased with the way the first 2 fights went. Couldn't have gone much better than that. Really don't need to heal up after 2 fights, which is great. But we're going to jump ahead into Section 2. And in Section 2, I jump over to path number 2. And the first fight up is this Kindred. And really the node isn't much. But if you watched my last war video, I did take on a Kindred. And you can see how I'm boosted here. So with that Kindred was not awakened. So I didn't really have to worry about the root at the end. It didn't have to really worry about any of the degen damage because of the global attacker nodes. Not going to have to worry about the degen here, but I do have to worry about the root. So kind of the plan here is the standard plan with Kate. I'm going in with an invuln boost. I want to get to my special 1, get it off, get the cold snap going, and let that do most of the damage while I kind of dance around a little bit. He does throw a special 1 here. I dex out of it nice and clean. He's stun immune, but I get the arrow or the parry there and evade, so kind of gives the passive stun there for a second. And there he goes, another special 1. Right now I'm looking at his health, I'm looking at my power bars, thinking, okay, I'm just going to hold off. I'm not going to throw a special, I'm not taking any degen damage, I am just going to do damage. The cold snap I lost, not a big deal, still doing enough damage. I don't want to risk getting rooted and just getting beat on, without having a special ready. You saw there, I did take 1 hit with the invulnerability, not a big deal. There we go, we get The stun off. He was stun immune, so I wasn't trusting going in there when he's at low health. So he's down to 13%. There he goes. He goes unstoppable. Now I've lost my indestructible. I've lost my little safety net. If he goes, when he roots me, like right there. So I do take several hits in the, right in the face. Did have a special 3 build up, so I was just like, look, man, just throw it. Kind of panic tapping the button as hard as I can just to get it off. Okay. That doesn't quite kill him, though. So it takes him down to 1%. I'm backing up. I'm like, oh, what do I do? Throw a striker. Even if it hits his block, it should kill him, which it did. So not the cleanest Kindred fight. I am not very good at fighting him. But guess what? It was full attack bonus. Don't need to use Kate again this war. And don't need to heal her up. So I call that a win. And you can see the next fight up on this path is going to be against Nick Fury. This one, very similar to the Domino fights that I've had here many times. Really, the main thing to look out for is EMP mod, which I'm actually hoping going into this fight plays into my advantage. I like Nick with a lot of power. I like Nick with over 2 bars, as a matter of fact. Don't like him with below 2 bars and having to worry about a special 1. So, once again, just going in here with an invuln boost, since this is a crucial war. And just going to let Shuri be Shuri. Just kind of like I let Kate be Kate. Here we're going to just block a special 1. We're going to dex out a tail end of it. And, go into him and attack. Trying to keep his tactical charges under control. And we're doing a decent job of it. So you can see here kind of the plan. I get to 13, I stop. And then I go in for another 5-hit combo into a special, and that's going to push him over. Yes, he gets a Fury, but I'd rather have him at a special 2 and, not having to worry about him going unblockable. So kind of do the same thing here. We get to 12, we back off. Okay, and he happens to lose his life model decoy there. So now we're in a little bit of a tricky spot as far as the number goes, but thanks to a striker, we can push him over 2 bars. And now he's going to gain some power right there. It was a little closer than I wanted it to be, but we're still okay. Now we just have to dance around. He is unblockable, and I don't want to get too close to him. I don't want to, gain any buffs or anything like that. I decide I'm going to hit him just to see if I can bait him into throwing something, and he finally does. And there we go. Now we're going to get a special 2. Oops, sorry, special 1 off. I thought I was going to get a special 2. Sorry, that was a special 2. I was right. It's been a while since this war. So there we go. And now we can finish him off. Overall, pretty clean fight. A little slower than I would like, but, at the end of the day, it was a clean fight. And at the end of the war, it was very, 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 very close. As a matter of fact, we tied in deaths, and we won by roughly 100 seconds. So I'm glad that fight wasn't much slower than what it was. Through the 4 fights for me, full attack bonus, and feeling pretty good about it. So when we look at the overall so far for this year, I am at 45 kills and 0 deaths. 1 war left to go. We, as for Loki, are at 6 wins, 5 losses. We are sitting in Masters right at the moment, kind of right in the middle of the second tier Masters. Still have a must-win war in the last one. Last one's going to be tough. It's going to be real interesting to see how it all turns out at the end of the season. The matchmaking hasn't done us any favors. It's been a rough season for us without, making any excuses. We could have done better, and a couple of the losses are on us. So, looking at it so far, you can see the champions that I've used, both Shuri now and Kate, are kind of leading the way. And as far as champions that I fought, still Domino being the most common defender that I've gone up against, followed by Hulkling, Spot, and Atuma. And Kindred's, making up some ground there with, facing him in both the last 2 wars. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Don't have any bonus footage from my second account on this one. I have it, but I'm running out of time before, I have to leave for a business trip. So I wanted to go ahead and get this one out and on the way to you. So once again, I do want to thank all of you that have watched. It means a great deal to me. If you would please hit the like and subscribe, it does really help me out. And, just once again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.